Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a quick review on the Depth Charge by Doomsday Discs. The Depth Charge is a variant of the landmine, which is already manufactured by the same company. And the way that this disc came about is that there was a demand for the landmine in a premium plastic. However, because premium plastic weighs more, when they went to make this disc with said plastic, because of this massive rim here being full of plastic, which is kind of what this disc is known for, it exceeded the maximum weight requirements to become a PDGA approved disc. So they made a few tweaks to the grip and profile of this disc and came out with the Depth Charge. Let's take a look at these two up close, compare them, see how they feel and fly.
Okay, first let's take a look at the landmine. This is a slightly overstable approach disc. For me, it flies very similar to a Castoplast Berg, slightly overstable flight that likes to get to the ground as quick as possible, and you will not get much of a skip with this disc. As far as the profile goes, it's very flat on top, and almost every angle on this disc is a straight 90 degrees. So here, the underside of the rim, everything's 90-degree angle. This is a base plastic disc. Looks like it beats in fairly quickly, but the grip is pretty comfortable in the hand. And now for the Depth Charge. First thing that I'll tell you is that I really love how this disc feels. The plastic is really amazing. It feels like a Discraft mixed Jawbreaker and Crystal Flex. It has like a really nice, smooth, buttery texture. However, I do have a little bit of concern about how flexible it is. I mean, you'll be able to see here. You could probably almost fold it into a taco. So I'm kind of concerned that whenever I'm throwing this, it might come out of the hand a little bit wobbly. We'll test that out in just a second when we throw it. As far as comparing the two, the top is almost the exact same. They're both super flat. The sides look like the same height and everything. And the only really major difference I can tell has to do with the rim size. The Depth Charge is half the size of the landmine. And again, they had to do that in order to make this disc fit the weight requirements for PDGA technical standards. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take these out to the field and give them some test throws.
Okay everyone, I've thrown both of these discs several times and I'm now ready to give my findings on the Depth Charge. The Depth Charge is quite a bit more overstable than the landmine. I could see this being a really nice compliment in somebody's back to either the landmine or perhaps the Castoplast Berg, as this is quite a bit more overstable. It would probably be more reliable for heavier hyzer shots or into a headwind. I also really want to point out that I love the grip on this plastic. It feels like butter. It's super smooth. However, to go along with that, there is a slight con that has to do with the plastic, and that is just how flexible it is. Whenever I was trying to throw a flat shot, this side of the disc would tend to flop down just a tiny bit, creating a bit of wobble and also a slight hyzer release on every shot. It was correctable by just putting it on a slight amount of anhyzer to make it come out flat, as you could see in some of my later shots of the flight montage. And another really good thing about this disc is I had two of these that I was throwing at the same time, and both discs seem to fly very consistently the same, which is really good for a new manufacturer like Doomsday Discs. Another thing that I wanted to point out really quick is that the flexibility of this disc could actually be seen as a pro depending on how you're going to be throwing it. It's actually very useful for reducing the ground play that this disc will get. So if you're going to be throwing it on a lot of sloped greens, fairways, or areas with a lot of OB, then you actually might see this as a very useful factor. Personally, I just don't like it because it comes out of my hand with some wobble, but I've met many people, my dad included, who love throwing flexible plastic discs. That's really all I have to say about this disc. If you're interested in picking one up for yourself, you can go over to doomsdaydiscs.com and use my dad's coupon code, as he is a member of Teams Doomsday. It's Crim Reaper, and if you use that code, you will be able to get 10% off any order. As for the video, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any more questions about this disc, drop it in the comments below and I'll be sure to answer that. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys hopefully in the next video. Thanks for watching.